So good afternoon, friends. Very warm welcome to this first press engagement with all of you, and Happy New Year to all of you. I don't have announcements to make, so we'll go in straight for questions, and I'm ready for it. So Siddhant here. I would also request you, many of you I know, but many of you I still have to get familiar with your organization at least. So please do take your name and your organization that you belong to.
Hi, sir. Siddhant from Vion. My question to you is, how do you assess the situation in the Arabian Sea, in the Red Sea area? We saw the announcement of the coalition. We have also seen the bombings in Tehran, in Iran, in fact. Any contingency plan India planning, or what do you see the situation panning out? Are we going to participate in these coalitions?
मधुरेंद्र मैं न्यूज़ नेशन से। सर, हूथियों को लेकर क्या भारत ने अपने स्टैंड में परिवर्तन किया है? जिस तरह से रेड सी में और खासतौर पर अरेबियन सी में हमारे इंडियन नेवी का डिप्लॉयमेंट बढ़ा है, अगर हूथियों के खिलाफ अमेरिका अपने कोलिजन फोर्सेस के साथ जो है अटैक करता है, तो भारत क्या इस तरह के अटैक का हिस्सा बनेगा?
Hi, sir. This is Abhishek Jha from CNN News 18. My question is related to upcoming Ram Mandir consecration ceremony. Have we sent invitation to the foreign dignitaries through MEA or anybody who has confirmed his participation for the upcoming event?
They're here. Yeah.
Namaskar, sir. I'm Shailesh from National Defense. Sir, may I request you to update about the status on our northern border with China, and do we see that there would be some progress this year and China would go back or return to its 2020 status quo?
So I'll first answer these first questions and then we'll take more. So, Siddhant, regarding your question on what's happening, the situation in the Red Sea, etc., we have, in the last presser as well, we had made it very clear that we attach very high importance to freedom of navigation, free movement of commercial shipping. We are looking at the situation. It's an evolving situation, and we are looking at all aspects of it. As you know, we have Indian Navy ships patrolling the area. They're also keeping a watch on Indian ships there. So far, we are not part of any multilateral initiative or project in the area. So that is where we are, but we are looking at the unfolding situation very closely. उसी से लगा हुआ सवाल मधु आपका भी था, तो मोटा मोटा जवाब यही है कि एक जो वहाँ पर स्थिति बनी हुई है उसको हम लोग लगातार उस पर नज़र रखे हुए हैं. हमारे जो रक्षा बल के लोग हैं, इंडियन नेवी की शिप्स हैं, वो वहाँ पर पेट्रोल कर रहे हैं, और जो हमारे जहाज़ हैं जिनको वहाँ पर सुरक्षा चाहिए उस पर वो नज़र रखे हुए हैं. और अभी तक का जो हम लोग का भी समझ है कि उस इलाके में जो कोई भी मल्टीलैटरल प्रोजेक्ट या इनिशिएटिव चल रहा है उसके अभी हम लोग भाग नहीं है. लेकिन ये एक सिचुएशन लगातार बनी हुई है, उसको हम लोग उस पर नज़र रखे हुए हैं और देखते हैं कि आगे क्या होता है. Abhishek, you had a question on Ram Mandir Trust. See, this Ram Mandir event is being organized by a trust. So they are the host, not the government. So it is for them to decide whom to invite, etc. So far, we don't have any information on who are the people coming, etc. But it's entirely for them to decide and look into. Shailesh, your question was about China. We have, our position in China is very well known to all of you. It is a position which is a relationship which is not normal, but we have had dialogues both on the military side and on the diplomatic side. In the month of October and November, we had both these engagements. And the idea is that we engage so that we can have some sort of resolution. I just want to pull out what we these meetings that we had in October and November, so that we can I can give you a little more details. The commander level meeting that we had in the month of October, and there was an agreement to maintain momentum of dialogue and negotiations through relevant military and diplomatic mechanisms. And they also committed to maintain peace and tranquility on the ground in the border areas in the interim. So that's very important. We also had the 28th meeting of the WMCC, that is Mechanism for Consultation and Coordination on India-China Border Affairs. This is at the diplomatic level. We had our Joint Secretary East Asia participating there. And the idea, they had very good in-depth discussion, constructive discussion, frank discussion. And they looked at all the proposals to resolve remaining issues and achieve complete disengagement in eastern Ladakh. They further agreed on the need to maintain peace and tranquility along the border areas, ensure a stable situation on the ground, and avoid any untoward incident. And then thereafter, the two sides agreed to continue dialogue through military and diplomatic channels and hold the next round of senior commanders meeting at the earliest to achieve the above objective. So that is where we are. We hope that answers your question. Can we go this side and then I'll come the other side? So, please.
So this is Ayushi Agarwal from ANI. I have two related questions to Maldives. First, there are reports of Maldivian president traveling to Beijing this month. How does India see this visit, as the earlier head of states had chosen their foreign destination as India first and then China? And second, what is the update on the withdrawal of the Indian military personnel from Mali?
Pranay?
सर प्रणय उपाध्याय जी न्यूज़ से मेरा सवाल कतर केस को लेकर है सर। कोर्ट का वर्डिक्ट आए करीब एक हफ्ता हो चुका है, क्या इस पे फर्दर स्ट्रैटेजी है? कोर्ट का आदेश का अध्ययन करने के बाद भारत सरकार का रुख क्या है इस केस में?
Asian friend here.
Sir, Yeshi Seli from the New Indian Express. Dr. Jaishankar is in Kathmandu today. What's the agenda of the 7th Indo-Nepal Joint Commission meeting? Are any agreements likely to be signed?
So Meghna Dev from DD News. So have you got confirmations of heads of state or heads of government arriving for the Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit? Any confirmations on who is arriving?
Okay, so let me take these questions, then I'll come back for more. Ayushi, on a question regarding Maldivian president's visit, this is a decision which Maldives has to take. They are, we don't have any comments on that. It is for them to decide where they go and how they go about their international relations. Then you had a question about the update on military personnel. On that, I don't have any update as of now, but as and when we have, we'll share with you. कतर केस में प्रणय 28 दिसंबर को वहाँ के जो कोर्ट ऑफ अपील है उन्होंने एक जजमेंट दिया। उसके तत्पश्चात हम लोगों ने एक प्रेस रिलीज़ निकाली जिसमें हम लोगों ने बताया था आपको कि उनका जो डेथ सेंटेंस है, मृत्युदंड है, उसको घटा के प्रेजेंट सेंटेंसेस कर दिया गया है। अब हमारे पास जो हमारी लीगल टीम है, हमारे पास नहीं, जो लीगल टीम है उनके पास वो कोर्ट का ऑर्डर है। वो जो कोर्ट ऑर्डर है वो एक कॉन्फिडेंशियल डॉक्यूमेंट है। तो लेकिन इतना मैं कह सकता हूँ कि कंफर्म कर सकता हूँ कि उन सब का जो सेंटेंसेस है, वेरिंग सेंटेंसेस मिला है, अलग अलग अवधि का सेंटेंस मिला है और डेथ पेनल्टी ख़त्म हो गया। जहाँ तक आगे मसले की बात है, 60 दिन का समय है जब इस मसले को अपील किया जा सकता है कोर्ट ऑफ कैसेशन में, जो कि कतर की सबसे ऊंचा वहाँ का कोर्ट है। तो इस मुद्दे पर हमारे जो लीगल टीम है वो काम कर रही है और हम लोग भी परिवार के साथ और लीगल टीम के साथ इस विषय पर बात कर रहे हैं, जुड़े हुए हैं और आगे देखते हैं कि क्या होता है। So we had on 28th of December, the Court of Appeal had given a judgment. Thereafter, we had issued a press release giving details or telling that the death penalty has been reduced. Now we have the judgment order, which is a confidential document. The legal team has access to it. What we can tell you is confirm to you is that the death penalty has now been converted into wearing prison sentences for the 8 Indian nationals. On the next steps, we are in touch with the family members. We are also in touch with the legal team. They have 60 days. The legal team the court has given 60 days for the appeal to be made before the Court of Cassation, which is the highest court in Qatar. And it is for the legal team now to decide the next course of action. So this is where we are. Yashi, on the question of EM's visit to Nepal, as you are aware, External Affairs Minister is in Nepal today and tomorrow. He's called on the President of Nepal. He's also called on the Prime Minister of Nepal. And then we have the India-Nepal Joint Commission meeting that he'll be chairing along with the Foreign Minister of Nepal. He'll also have several other engagements. The Joint Commission is very important for both the countries to undertake a review of all the agenda that is there on the bilateral in the bilateral format and to take things forward. So that is where we are. There are several aspects to be discussed. Hopefully you will get more on that as the visit of the External Affairs Minister progresses. Megha, on Vibrant Gujarat, we do have several high-level participation that is in the offing. This is work in progress. As you know, that these visits are announced closer to the date. So as and when we'll have these visits finalized, we'll let you know. Hopefully that should happen as soon as possible. Can we go two here and then go the other? Yeah. So, yeah, please.
Sir, this is Shubhajyoti from BBC News.
Shubhajyoti.
Shubhajyoti, right. My question is on Bangladesh election. Election is taking place this weekend, on 7th to be precise. However, questions are being raised over the credibility of this election because major opposition parties are not participating. So I just wanted to know what is India's view on that, and secondly, are we sending any team of official observers to this election?
So this is Dhairya Maheshwari from Sputnik India. So my question is, so there are several media reports indicating that Indian-made artillery shells have been spotted in Ukraine. Now these have been shared by pro-Ukrainian handles on social media, as well as there are reports on this. And so reports also suggest that they might be a result of transfer from third countries, from European countries. So sir, would there be a comment on this? Thank you.
Please.
So I'm Sandeep Dikshit with the Tribune. This is also Russia-Ukraine related. G7 has imposed sanctions on Al Rosa, Russia's diamond company Al Rosa, and the diamond trade in India has been badly hit. So what are the steps the Indian government is taking in this regard?
मेरा सवाल उमाशंकर एनडीटीवी से मेरा सवाल है कि हमास के पॉलिटिकल ब्यूरो के जो डिप्टी लीडर थे बेरूत में एक हमले में उनकी मौत हुई है, क्या उस पर भारत की तरफ से कोई प्रतिक्रिया होगी? और दूसरा, ईरान में जो बम ब्लास्ट हुआ है उसमें 100 से ज़्यादा लोगों की मौत हुई है, इस पर अगर आप अपना टेक लेना चाहें।
So first, to your question, Shubhajyoti, the elections in Bangladesh, and we have been very consistently saying that this elections in Bangladesh is the domestic affair of Bangladesh. It is for the people of Bangladesh to decide the future. So that is where we are. This question was asked in last presser also, my predecessor then had answered this question as well. So I'll leave it at that. On the question regarding Sputnik on artillery shells, see, one thing is very clear. We've also seen some media reports in this regard, but we can categorically say that we have not sent any of these artillery ammunitions to Ukraine. We have not exported, we have not sent. Sandeep, regarding your question on G7, G7 provisions regarding diamond sanctions, etc. Obviously, diamond, when it comes to diamond industry, India is a big player in that, and anything that happens in any part of the world has an impact on our industry. We do have concerns, but to be very specific to your question, I do not have all the details for it. So hopefully next time when we meet, we'll have more details to share with you. उमाशंकर जी, जहाँ तक ईरान का सवाल है, ईरान में कल बम फटे, उसके बाद हम लोगों ने उस पर अपनी प्रतिक्रिया जारी की है. आपने शायद देखा होगा कि हम लोगों ने स्टेटमेंट जारी किया है जिसमें हम कहें कि हम लोगों ने इसकी निंदा करते हैं, और जो आपने शायद स्टेटमेंट देखा होगा, हम लोगों ने ये बहुत दुखी है कि इतनी बड़ी ये घटना हुई जिसमें काफ़ी लोग हताहत हुए हैं करमान शहर में, और इस ऐसे मौके पर, ऐसे दुखद मौके पर, ऐसे गंभीर मौके पर हम ईरान के लोगों के साथ और ईरान के सरकार के साथ खड़े हुए हैं, और हमारी थॉट्स, हमारी प्रेयर्स, जो परिवार लोग हैं जिन्होंने अपने परिवारजनों को खोया है, और जो लोग वहाँ पर हताहत हुए हैं, और जो लोग वहाँ पर अभी इंजर्ड हैं, उनके साथ हमारी थॉट्स और प्रेयर्स अभी हैं उनके साथ. सो कैन वी टेक हमास वाले मुद्दे पर, ये हमास का वहाँ का मुद्दा है, और जो हमारा पोजीशन रहा है इज़राइल और गाज़ा के बीच का, उसके बारे में हम लोगों ने अपनी स्थिति पे बड़ा क्लियरली हमने कंसिस्टेंटली लाइन ली है, और उससे आप अवगत ही हैं. So now we go to the next round. You take one there and then.
So this is Nivedita Mukherjee from the Sunday Garden. Regarding President Macron's presence here for the Republic Day, is he coming with a business delegation, sir?
Okay.
कादम्बिनी शर्मा फ्रॉम एनडीटीवी. साल के पहले दिन जो यूक्रेन के विदेश मंत्री हैं, उन्होंने ये लिखा कि उन्होंने पहला कॉल हमारे विदेश मंत्री को किया, और हमारे विदेश मंत्री ने भी इसके बारे में जानकारी दी. इसके ठीक पहले हमारे विदेश मंत्री रूस में थे. तो क्या यूक्रेन ने, जैसे भारत पहले मदद भेजता रहा है, कोई और भी ह्यूमैनिटेरियन मदद मांगी है, या कोई और बातचीत हुई हो, इसका अगर अपडेट दे सकें.
Hi sir, I'm Siddhant from CNN News 18. So my question is regarding the growing concern in Indo-Canadian community living in British Columbia. They have been getting a lot of extortion calls, threat calls from last 2 months. In fact, some of the newspapers have reported more than 100 extortion calls have been made by the gangsters based in British Columbia. Sir, is the Government of India monitoring the situation, and do you have any comments to make on that? Thank you.
I'm Megha Sharma from Newsax. The Supreme Court today has rejected the plea of the family of Nikhil Gupta, who has been indicted by Czech Republic in that alleged attempted foiled attempt to kill Gurpatwant Singh Pannu. The lawyer who's representing him today in the Supreme Court has said that the family has reached out to the Ministry of External Affairs, to the Indian Embassy, but they have not gotten any response. Is the Ministry of External Affairs going to do something about it?
Okay, so let me answer these 4 questions and I'll come more. Nivedita, regarding your question about President Macron's visit, we are still some distance away. A program is being finalized. It is work in progress. So regarding your business delegation, I will not have any update on that. But closer to the date, we'll share more details with you, if that is fine with you. आदमनी, जहाँ तक यूक्रेन का सवाल है, हमारे विदेश मंत्री ने कल उनसे वहाँ के विदेश मंत्री से बातचीत की थी और उस बातचीत के दरमियान जो हमारा बायलैटरल कोऑपरेशन है उसके बारे में बातचीत हुई और दूसरा कि वहाँ पर जो चल रहा है, जंग चल रहा है, उसके बारे में बात हुई. तो ये दो प्रमुख मुद्दे थे जिस पे बात हुई है और मैं इसको यहीं पर इसी बात को ही ख़त्म करना चाहता हूँ. सिद्धांत, जहाँ आपने बात की, सिद्धांत, you talked about extortion calls, etc. We have several issues to discuss. We have been discussing issues regarding security situation, etc. There was an issue about a temple which was attacked. The Canadian police then thereafter went into investigation of the temple premises and the person who had intruded. It later turned out and they issued a statement that the person was of unsound mind. So there are these issues that keep happening, but we'll, on your question on, I do not have exact answers to all the things that you're pointing out, but hopefully I'll share more details with you soon. But it is a matter of concern. Extortion calls, getting extortion calls, people getting extortion calls, especially Indian nationals, is a matter of serious concern. Megha, sorry, yeah. Your question was about the Supreme Court. So, in this particular case, the habeas corpus plea of Mr. Nikhil Gupta was considered by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has given a ruling. We haven't not seen the order of the Supreme Court, so therefore it will not be fair for me to comment on it. We will take things as it comes.
They continue to say, the family continues to say that they have reached out to the NEA, they've reached out to the Indian Embassy. Why have they not responded and taken action?
The matter rests in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has given a ruling. The order will be out. Once we see the order, thereafter we'll see what are the next steps forward. We have yet to see the order, the formal order of the Supreme Court. So, Sridhar, and then we go to...
Good evening, sir. Sridhar from the Asian Age. Sir, the External Affairs Minister made some fairly sensational remarks recently where he said that India's first Prime Minister had a China-first policy. So is this the view of the ministry that Mr. Nehru in some way had compromised the strategic interests of the country? Thanks.
Hi, this is Tripti Lahiri with the Wall Street Journal. India set up a high-level committee last year to look into concerns raised by the US regarding alleged plot against Sikh American Gurpatwant Singh Panun. Can you tell us about whether the committee has begun its work, who is on it, who has oversight for it? Any update? We would like to know more about how that's going.
This is Manas from PTI. A little clarification. When you said 60 days time for appeal against the order pronounced by the Qatari court, does it effective from December 20th, the 60-day period?
Hello. This is Gautam Lahiri. To follow up to our earlier question on Bangladesh, 3 members of Election Commission has already reached Dhaka, and before reaching, they met NEA officials. So whether NEA has given any brief or what kind of discussion you had with the Election Commission's officials?
So let me answer these questions. Sridhar, regarding the yesterday's event that you're talking about, the External Affairs Minister talked about his book and several other things. I would not like to comment on that. He's already spoken, so that is where would leave it. Tripti, regarding the question about high-level committee, the high-level committee has is to be constituted, has been constituted, and I do not have the details with me, but hopefully, the high-level committee will look into all those issues that were highlighted, of which you are aware. And once the high-level committee comes up with the findings, thereafter we'll have more things to share with you. Manas, regarding the 60-day time frame, I would assume, but I am not the legal person here, I would assume that it would start on 28th December or a day after, but it is for the legal, our legal team, or the legal team there to look into these aspects. Gautam, regarding your question about Election Commission, I am not aware of the Election Commission from India. Members have reached Bangladesh, as you said, but I'm not aware of what sort of briefing has happened here, but surely I'll share more details with you as I get to them. And 1 and 2, yeah.
सर, मैं विशाल पांडे हूँ जी न्यूज़ से। फरवरी में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी के यूएई आबू धाबी दौरे की चर्चा है, क्या ये दौरा फाइनल हो चुका है और क्या कार्यक्रम रहने वाला है अगर ये दौरा फाइनल हुआ है?
Good afternoon. I'm Preeti, independent journalist. There are reports that Venezuela to supply oil to India in lieu of pending dues of $600 million. Any details that can be shared about this?
Okay.
Thank you.
So we still have more, 2 more questions there, and then we can wrap it up.
सर, मैं नीरज दुबे प्रभा साक्षी से। बलूचिस्तान में सर काफ़ी हिंसक विरोध प्रदर्शन चल रहे हैं। वहाँ के जो पाकिस्तान के केयरटेकर पीएम हैं, उन्होंने इस स्थिति के लिए भारत को जिम्मेदार ठहराया है। क्या भारत सरकार की कोई प्रतिक्रिया होगी विदेश मंत्रालय की?
सर, मैं संजीव त्रिवेदी हूँ, न्यूज़ 24 टीवी से, और पाकिस्तान से ही जुड़ा दूसरा सवाल ये है कि लश्कर-ए-तैयबा के आतंकी हाफिज सईद के प्रत्यर्पण की मांग हम लोगों ने की, और उसके बाद वहाँ से जवाब भी पाकिस्तान की तरफ से दिया गया है, और दलील ये है कि हमारे बीच कोई प्रत्यर्पण संधि नहीं है, देयर इज नो एक्सट्रेडिशन ट्रीटी। ऐसे में अब भारत के पास विकल्प क्या रह जाते हैं?
विशाल, आपका सवाल था यूए दौरा का। देखिए, ये जो भी प्रधानमंत्री के दौरे होते हैं इस प्रकार के, इसको उचित समय पर जो है हम लोग अनाउंस करते हैं। तो ये वहीं पर मुद्दा अभी यहीं तक है। जब समय आएगा तो हम इसको आगे ले जाएंगे, इसके बारे में बताएंगे आपको। अभी तक ये है। प्रीति, रिगार्डिंग वेनेजुएला, we have given to understand that there is now an understanding that Venezuela has agreed to provide crude oil in lieu of dividend that they owe to OVL. However, there are several technicalities that are involved in it, which have to be looked into, including the OFAC regulations, including quotas, etc. All these issues. I think petroleum, if you want more details, you can touch base with Ministry of Petroleum. But yesterday there were some reports about that. The Secretary had spoken about these issues as well. नीरज, आपने जो सवाल किया पाकिस्तान में उधर हिंसा के बारे में, ये पाकिस्तान का अंदरूनी मामला है। ये अंदरूनी मामला, इसलिए मेरे पास इस पर कोई कमेंट करने के लिए नहीं है। संजीव, आपका सवाल प्रत्यर्पण का था, एक्सट्रेडिशन का था। हम लोगों ने अपने तरफ से, चूँकि एक मामले में जिस व्यक्ति की बात आप कर रहे हैं, इनको एक मामले में यहाँ पर इनका जो एक मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का केस है उसमें ही इज़ वांटेड हियर, वांछित हैं। तो हम लोगों ने अपनी तरफ से जो हो सकता है, जितना हमारे पास डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है, वो हम लोगों ने उनको दिया ताकि वो इसके आधार पर उसको एक्सट्रेडिशन को कंसिडर करें। बाकी ये जो मसला है कि अगर आपके पास एक्सट्रेडिशन ट्रीटी नहीं होता है तो क्या होता है, एक लीगल पॉइंट है। इसके बारे में मैं आपको मेरे पास अभी जानकारी नहीं, बट मैं आपको इसके बारे में आपके आई विल कम बैक टू यू ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर इशू। So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we'll come to the closure of this presser. and look forward to seeing you next week or thereafter, because next week we have several engagements in Gujarat, the Vibrant Gujarat happening there. Thank you very much, and thanks to see all of you.